Hello.
Hello.
All right. 12:37 in the morning. March 25th, 2017, the year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So today was kind of a shitty day.
It was a little strange. Started off okay.
Yeah.
Breakfast was good. Um,
Yeah. Breakfast was good, and then my mom drugged me.
yeah. And then you were late for work. That's when it started to kind of go down, and then
Yeah.
there was a lack of communication at my work this evening, and then an unexpected communication arrived on my cigarette break. And that kind of, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know how to feel about it.
Right. Well, tell them what happened.
Well, so as I'm sure everybody knows out there, I have a dad. You know what I mean?
Most people have dads.
And I have to fix that shit right fucking now.
Put my shit on silent too.
Well, I get the news today that he's probably pretty fucking close to checking out. Like apparently he stopped breathing today, heart stopped beating, fucking like they paddled him or whatever and defibrillated him. So
Yeah.
I don't wanna use, pseudoscience terms. And now apparently he's in like a bit of like a coma stasis. They're trying to keep his body at like 36 degrees for the next 4 days to be able to counteract this pneumonia shit that he's got going on, I guess. And I don't know, like I don't know if I like I said, I don't know how I feel. I don't, like I've always said, I don't know what's gonna happen, like when my pops dies. You know what I mean? And now it's like to the point to where I'm like there.
Here it comes.
You know what I mean? Like, not like I want to bust out into tears or anything. It's just it makes me kind of think about like I don't know, like maybe when I die. You know what I mean? Like, because I know for a fact there's so much shit that ran through his head, when it came to that point. Of all the shit that he regretted, the shit he regretted doing, to his family, the shit that he regretted not doing, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, it just makes me think about that, and then like, kind of in the same, like, what am I gonna regret? And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
well, you start thinking about what you're gonna regret. You got to think about what you regret right now, and then you can take steps to fucking change that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sucks that it always takes like somebody dying to, either bring people that normally don't get together, like family members and shit that haven't seen each other in like fucking 10 years, and
Right.
then suddenly someone in your family fucking dies, so everyone's together, and it's like, why does it take this? Like, why can't we just do this like
Every day. Yeah.
without
not every
someone
day,
being
but
dying?
Yeah, without having
like,
to have death or be a part of it, for sure.
So yeah, like I was telling you, when I was 14, that's when I lost my dad, and it was a really weird mixture of like, didn't really give a fuck because I didn't really know the guy, but then at the same time, like I was really bummed out because, like I said, there was no more chances to get to know him. That was
Right.
it. You know what I mean? Like what I had, the experiences that I had with my father, that was all that I will ever have, and I'll never get any more than that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it really sucks because really all I remember about the guy is he was always crying. Like every time I seen him, he was fucking within an hour of us hanging out or whatever, he'd start crying. Like that's really all I remember about my dad. And I only seen him like maybe seven to 10 times my entire life. And that's shitty. That's really all I can remember from the dude is that he cried a lot.
Well, I was doing that. I was thinking about it earlier, like trying to remember like the best and the worst time that I have with my father. Instead of, I guess, I was trying to pick out like the good times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then not focus on the negative shit. You know, or all the times that he wasn't there. And like, I don't know, man. I just remember being so afraid of my father. You know what I mean? Like, afraid to make him angry. Afraid to, give him a reason to kick the shit out of us. Like, I remember he gave me a pocket knife when I was younger. And I remember so I used to go hang out in the fields a lot because we lived on a farm. So I'd go hang out in the fields, and I remember thinking to myself that I could murder my father with the knife that he gave me.
Jesus.
Like,
that's pretty fucking extreme, bro.
Well, I had it like to where like I'd go to give him a hug and then just like cut his fucking neck open, and like for a kid that's 5, 6, 7 years old, that's a pretty hardcore fucking thought.
Those are some serious fucking thoughts, dude.
And like and then another time I remember like it was supposed to be a bonding thing because when we first moved to the house, me and my pops went first. And we kind of like got shit renovated and put together and everything. And I remember we were at the store, right? We went to go to the grocery store at the time to get like, supplies for the weekend or whatever. And I remember thinking, we walked by like, because like Capri Suns and shit, I used to drink them shits a lot when I was a kid, right? And I remember we walked by it. Like the Capri Suns in the store, and my pops didn't like. See, this is the thing. Like he didn't even think about me enough, and I was just walking right behind him. You know what I mean, right beside him.
Right.
He didn't even think about me enough to be like, "Oh, my son, grab him a fucking thing of Capri Suns." You know what I mean? And then like when we got to the house, he's like, "Oh shit, we forgot to get those for you. Why didn't you say something?" And I was all, and I remember thinking, because I'm afraid of you, man. I'm afraid
right.
to fucking say anything to you because I know that you're gonna, you have a tendency to resort to violence. And like I'm just a kid, like
right.
I can't take you, you know what I mean? Like you're like 3 times my size, man, like. And it's weird because, like, I was hanging out with one of my homegirls. Or I don't know, one of them. I got a couple here in Albuquerque. The other night, and I showed her a picture of my pops. And I asked her to look at it and tell me if I look like him.
Right.
And she said, no, not really. And I was... like, I don't know. Maybe she was lying to me. Maybe she wasn't. I don't know. But, like, and then that's weird, like, a day and a half later, because he's pretty much gone, dude. Like, he was, like, 11 minutes without air today.
Yeah, that's not good. That should fuck your brain up, too,
So, like, even if he does make it, he ain't gonna be there. Like, that is over. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just trying to, like, be... It's like, sinking in that, like, my last time with my pops is done. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can't...
Yeah,
you can't go back.
There's no more.
You can't be like, hey, Dad,
yeah,
fucking let's kick it. You know what I mean? Or how you doing? Or,
right.
What happens when your boner lasts for more than 4 hours? You know what I mean? Like, I need your advice, dude.
I got a girl pregnant.
Right.
Super de super jello pudding.
The pudding. The fingering and the drugging.
Nah.
But,
The fingering in the tray.
And it's just weird, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like crying. But yeah, I feel something. Which is weird because I thought I'd feel nothing.
Right. Well, it makes you think about a lot of different shit for sure, dude. Like I remember it. My baby mom, she wasn't even my baby mom at the time. She was just my girlfriend. But we were fucking kids, dude. I was 14, she was 13, I think. And
Yeah.
we, like I said, I went back into my bedroom after my mom's told me that he had died. And she was in there waiting for me. And she's like, "What did your mom have to say?" And I was like, she told me that my dad died. And I said it real casual to her. I was like, she, because after, like I said, my mom told me that my pops was dead. It was like, for a second, I thought, I was like, I should probably be sad. And then it was like, well, I barely fucking knew, dude.
Yeah.
I barely fucking knew the guy. Like, she might as well have said fucking,
Right.
whoever the fuck, like just some random person that some guy she worked with fucking 10 years ago or some shit died. Like I don't fucking know that guy. Like
Yeah.
whatever, man. But like I said, it wasn't until I went back into my room with my girlfriend and she was like, "What'd your mom say?" And I was like, "She said she said my dad died." And it was her face that she was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like giving me all this fucking like I'm so all this sympathy or whatever that she probably rightfully thought that I needed or whatever. Um, it was her doing that made me like finally fucking like
Yeah.
yeah, that's it, like shit.
Well, I don't know. I had a homie in Texas. Shout out to Will Spence up in this motherfucker. But I was just, I don't know. Me and this dude were like solid homies for like, I don't know, almost 2 years. You know what I mean? Couple years. Like we were hung out every day type shit. And I remember he was at the crib when his pops passed, and his mom's called, and like he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And she said whatever she said. Your pops is gone or whatever. And he took his own life, which is always a little bit stranger. You know what I mean? When someone decides to take themselves out the game, but and I remember dude just started crying. You know what I mean? Like fell apart, fucking crying for like, I don't know, a good 15 minutes, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I thought to myself, I don't know what that's like to like, for my father, you know what I mean, to die and me to like be like, oh my God, and cry. You know what I mean? Like to just lose your shit.
Right.
Because Will's pops was there for him and shit. Taught him stuff. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah, I never had that shit.
I never had that either. You know what I mean? And like, so when he broke down, it made me think. Then I was like, man, that's got to be awesome to have a fucking relationship with your pops like that. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, man. It's just like there's like something there, but there's also an absence of something. So it's just like
It's a weird feeling for sure, dude. Especially when you don't have that relationship with the person who died.
right.
Like,
How
it's
you
kind
gonna
of like you're sad, but at the same time you're like, oh.
how you gonna cry for somebody you didn't know?
Right.
Or there's somebody that didn't like whatever, dude. Man, my pops might have loved me with all his heart, but the motherfucker never showed it.
Right.
He never. Like I said, I've seen him like maybe 10 times since I was 7. You know what I mean? And that's a high round. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's giving him a couple. And, that's the thing. Like, when I see people to get, like, divorced or separated and shit and they got kids, you know what I mean? Like, and like the father will disappear, the mother will disappear. You know what I mean? And I know everybody got their own shit or whatever, and they don't feel like they can be around, or they got some sort of addiction or something like that, you know, and the fucking, you know, they're just not around. It's like, you know, we don't, like, to me, I never gave a fuck. I didn't want my pops to be with my moms. You know what I mean? Because my mom's was a good person, and my dad was taking advantage of that shit hard. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I didn't ever want him to not be my fucking pops.
Right.
You know what I mean? To not give a fuck about me and like take me out camping, take me out, show me how to build shit or
Right.
show me how to blow shit up. I don't fucking care, you know? Just at least give a fuck. So like for that lack of like I guess empathy or sympathy or just whatever the fucking caring for your own child, you know what I mean? Like I never knew the motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I had to read a book to learn about my family. You know what I mean? Like where he came from. You know what his past was kind of like. You know what I mean? And
it's like Tupac said, "Pops passed away, and I couldn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger."
right. And I thought about that shit tonight at work when I heard about it. You know what I mean? I was like, that shit just kept running through my head. My anger won't let me, you know, cry for a stranger and shit. And it's like,
it's not even anger. It's just like,
well, just lack of being
I'm,
there, man.
at,
I don't know,
at that
man.
point, I had already fucking, you know, it'd be a different story if like fucking he was there for me, you know, and then all of a sudden dipped out and disappeared, like. But it was from the fucking get, dude. I grew up not knowing the motherfucker,
Yeah.
so it was at that point it was just like whatever, dude. Um, like let's say if my mom was to fucking disappear on me, dude, I would lose my shit,
Yeah.
bro.
I'd fall the fuck apart
Yeah,
if anything
my
happened
mom,
to my mom's, dude.
cause my mom's been there since
Yeah.
my very first fucking memory to, you know, the fucking today, like
Yeah.
from forever she's been a part of my life. So it's a totally different fucking ball game, dude. Like it's a totally like I know for a fucking fact if my mom was to go, that'd be over for me, dude. I would lose my shit. I would not be the same person ever again. And I would lose my shit, dude. There's no way that I'd just be like, yeah, shit happens.
Right.
Like kind of like how I felt when my dad died. I was like, yeah, well, shit happens, and that's kind of where I was at. It was just, you know, people die. But it's different when it's somebody that you seriously fucking like.
Right.
That is a huge part of your life, you know.
Well, we you know, and this is the thing. Over the past couple years, man, 5, 10, you know what I mean. We've had a lot of our homies pass.
Right.
You know what I mean. So like, I'm kind of used to being a little bit numb towards it. You know what I mean. But like, this one for some reason, like, I'm not feeling it, but at the same time, like, I'm not really ignoring it either. You know what I mean? And it's, I don't know, it's just strange. And I hope this doesn't lead to some, you know, like to what could be like an actual, I guess, tragedy in my life happening. Because, you know, the three shit, you know what I mean? Like if something bad happens in threes. And,
Right.
you know, like, because the last thing I ever want to do is, like, I don't want to wake up tomorrow and hear that my mom's is fucked up or that my, you know, fucking Biggie died or something crazy, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, fuck that.
you know, I don't. I'm just trying to get my shit back together, and I don't want to be losing a whole bunch of motherfuckers while I try to, you know, accomplish that.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, dude. I don't know. Today was just a weird day. Weird feelings.
Yeah.
Like
You're telling me, dude. Like I said, I was driving around delivering pizzas, like half fucked up all day, dude. For real, like Celso kept telling me, fucking, he's all like, "Look at me, bro. Look at me in my eyes," and I fucking look at him. He's like, "I can't look at you, dude. You're fucking freaking me out, bro."
Fucking Celso, man.
He's crazy.
We need to
dude.
get him on the podcast.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure. He's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah. Swing or go home, bro. Swing or go home. That was a crazy day.
I'm so pissed I missed that shit.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
Making that Skrilla.
Anything else?
Nah, I guess just shout out to everybody, man. My mom's.
Shout out to
Much
everybody
love.
out there doing their thing and
Right.
everything else.
Shout out to all my homies. Fucking everybody all around, man. Y'all,
Don't be a stranger.
yeah, don't be a fucking stranger.
Make sure
Hit a
that you,
motherfucker up.
if you're watching this video and you haven't yet, that you click on the subscribe button that's somewhere around. Subscribe, because there'll be definitely a lot of more of these videos. Share this with your friends. I know that this one wasn't as light or funny as they normally are, but
Yeah, but you know,
that's
sometimes
life, man.
life isn't. Sometimes it gets dark, but
go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
peace.